First thing my father told me, everybody's got a story. Tell them your story.
Black people do not bear the weight of America. You see, we are America. We are as old as freedom's function and as enduring as our fight for it. We move toward revolution, and we live in each other's light. But what contributes to our longevity?
Grandpa, what you doing? You weeding?
Yeah, weeding. This crazy stuff growing in here. I'm trying to get rid of it so we can use the pot.
Let's see how the roots are doing. Ooh, they're good. I'm glad we're planting this one. I was scared we weren't going to be able to plant it.
Let me put a little bit of extra soil in.
Well, we're going to be eating good, Grandpa.
Absolutely, girl.
Straight from the garden, farm to table. Yes.
I'm sometimes speechless as to how wonderful everything can be. Our three kids, they're such beautiful human beings.
Our grandkids are wonderful too. We've been blessed.
Jan was a senior at University of the Arts in Philadelphia in 1960. I was coming in as a freshman.
She was adorable, cute little girl with a plaid skirt.
Oh my God.
And I do remember it was fashionable to wear blue eyeshadow. Mm-hmm. So she had a little bit of blue eyeshadow on when I first.
Apparently a lot. I got up enough courage to go up and speak to him. And of course, what I said was, "Hi, my name is Jan."
And I said, "My name is Jan."
But here we are, 62 years later.
61.
61. You're right.
We have quite a multi-generational family. It's quite a full house. My second son, Chris, lives here, and his two daughters, Serena and Yasmin, and his fiancée, Angela.
Thank you, God, for all that we're about to eat and for what the blessings you've given us and the love of our family.
We have wonderful meals and nice times together. I'm a jazz singer, yes. Well, I had been singing for many years. I just grew up with all kinds of music in the house. I was a child soprano. My voice changed overnight. I went to bed as soprano and woke up the next day a bass. But I wanted to be a teacher. My daughter tells me that she appreciates so much all the kind of music we used to play.
When you're artistic, you're always curious and you're always seeing things through new eyes. We have these young people all around us who keep us in the loop. What I really discovered was, as much as I wanted a career in art, I wanted a family more, because I hadn't had brothers, sisters. My cousins lived far away, we never saw them. I needed somebody who I could talk to, somebody who believed in me.
It's just such a strange thing, aging. I forget how old I am. And then other times I wake up in the morning and I feel stiff and I go, okay, I am getting older. I am diabetic, have high blood pressure, but I take medication for it. It's mild enough so that I can function. My wife has a kidney problem. She goes to dialysis 3 days a week and 3 hours each session.
It's a shock, I think, when you feel like you've been pretty healthy your whole life and then you're told, oh no, you have a disease which could basically kill you if you don't take care of it. We feel very lucky that we have each other and that we like each other, you know.
I love her.
You know what's interesting? I don't think of myself as a lesbian. Gail's a lesbian. I'm just in love with Gail. We met each other in February of '99. We had our first date.
We just talked the whole time. It was late by the time we got to your penthouse. And that's when you asked, am I going to kiss you goodnight?
I didn't know I asked.
You did.
I had never been with a woman before. I was always with men. I couldn't believe myself, you know, the way I felt. I fell in love. And then that's when I had to tell everybody. I like to tell everybody I was born bred, toasted, buttered, jellied, jammed, and honeyed in Harlem. And everybody knows Harlem. I don't care where you live in this world, you've heard of Harlem.
Even white folks know Harlem.
Well, a lot of white folks live in Harlem
Well, now they do. Now they do.
In 1970, I tried out for the Ebony Fashion Fair. I wanted to be the commentator. They hired me just like that. Boom, you're hired. They couldn't believe that I would just do commentary without any notes. And then I became the fashion editor for Ebony, and I had that job for 7 years. I stayed there from 1970 to 1977, and I saved $60,000 in 7 years. And then I went into business for myself, and I spent that $60,000 in 3 months.
Starting a new business.
Starting a new business, the Ground Crew. In 1964, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King received the Nobel Peace Prize, and when he gave his acceptance speech, he talked about the Ground Crew.
I'm always mindful of the many people who make a successful journey possible, the known pilots and the unknown ground crew.
That's how I got started with the Ground Crew. We did all of the backstage management for fashion shows, fashion shoots, and fashion videos. You name the designer, and we worked for that designer. We did that for 40 years, from 1977 to 2017. We got a lot of publicity.
But still, it was difficult as a black crew coming in to dress models, and many of the designers were white and often didn't trust your people. If things were missing, they would blame your people.
You know who took the clothes? The models. I used to have to go through those models' bags and get my shoes.
The big thing around the Ground Crew is so many of your ground crewers, you see the impact that you've had on their lives going forward.
I see it now. Makeup artists, hairdressers, stylists, seamstresses.
You found a niche and you filled it.
That's what you have to find. You have to find a niche and fill that niche.
When I was young, there were no black female basketball players. My earliest feelings about it were that it was a double system. I could see, even in high school, the boys had the full court that they could play on. We had a smaller court in the girls' gym. I had seen track and field. I remember Bob Beamon jumping out of the pit.
Oh, Bob Beamon.
And I remember the two athletes who raised their fists at the '68 Olympics. And interesting enough, 8 years later, I make it at the '76 Olympics. When I see young people now, I tell them, you think you're good? You're in your little neighborhood here. You might be the best on your team. You step out of here and the neighbor will wear you out, whether it's sports, whether it's medicine, computers, you pick your field. And what I would tell my younger self is don't be scared. Just venture in there. You have got to say who you are. Show them who you are.
I can't even believe I'm 87 sometimes, that I've lived this long. You have to just take it in and enjoy it. We've been together 25 years and 2 months.
We still cook together.
Yes.
She does the chopping.
Oh, I can chop some onions, and I can chop celery and red peppers and green peppers, you name it.
We make sure that we have good food, fruits, vegetables.
We walk, go to the gym.
And just kind of enjoying life. I love that we support each other, we balance off of each other. If you ever saw me falter, you'd be there to pick me up and vice versa. And we watch out for each other. That's a big plus.
We're really opposite, but we get along great.
Cleveland Browns, world champion in 1964.
A 37-21 victory over the Detroit Lions.
The best in the world. Jim Brown, they pay him to catch the ball. Walter Beach, they pay me to stop him. But football, that's something I did. That wasn't who I was. I'm nothing without my father or my mother.
We choose to honor our ancestors. That's very much a part of our philosophy, our cosmology.
Can't talk about me if I don't talk about the essence, about the source. My father was the deputy sheriff for Oakland County Juvenile Facility in Michigan. Sometimes my father would come home with a wayward child or an orphan that had been in a fire or had lost their parent. He was always responding. I kind of took that on once I got into my profession. I was the youth coordinator in the city of Cleveland under Carl Stokes, the first black mayor, making sure that members of our community was benefited. I had an opportunity to sit at the feet of Dr. King, as well as Malcolm X. I wouldn't be no place if somebody hadn't helped me. And if you bless, then you gotta be a blessing.
My mother had sickle cell anemia, so she was always sick. She would get sick, almost die, come home, rinse, repeat. That's how I grew up. When I was about 7 or 8, she gave me Paul Robeson's book, Here I Stand. She was kind of an activist and didn't know she was. She just liked to read. She used to always say, you have to take care of your people. She couldn't do it because she was sick, but she knew that it was something that was important. I think that's where I got my sense of wanting to help. I'm a manager of jazz artists because I really think that it's important that we preserve it as an African-American art form. It's really America's classical music.
Internationally known, and she carries me with her as a trophy.
I studied yoga in the 70s, not just hatha yoga. I was really into the Eightfold Path. Everybody does it now. But back then, it was really rare to see black people. And then to meet a black man who also was into yoga, I'm like, look at this. In fact, he went to India and lived there for a while in an ashram.
I loved India. It was one of the highlights of my life.
We still really enjoy each other. Talking, we walk, we don't go to bed angry. We enjoy a lot of companionable silence where we're not necessary for us to be talking, but we're together. I'm a vegetarian, but he eats everything.
Everything.
Everything. I'll make him pork chops and gravy and dressing and candy yams and macaroni and cheese. You know, I can do all that because I love him.
Her appetite clashed with my appetite because I'm old. Black man, eats Southern food, chitlins, hog maws.
I'm not cooking that.
And she's got a dear friend, the foods they eat. I ain't never heard of some of the stuff they eat. So when we out, I said, well, y'all ought to let me get my food before y'all start talking all that poly-voo stuff. You know, so.
Yeah. Quinoa, for example, is like.
What?
See?
See, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. That's right.
Quinoa's a grain.
Okay. My wife is good to me. She gives me allowance every month.
From his NFL pension.
So, money doesn't mean anything to me. I get it, I give it away, you know. My father said, you make money. Money don't make you. Unfortunately, a lot of us forgot that. We fall into that Western European, Anglo-Saxon, that they have some particular value on this planet. To me, it's all nonsense. God, if that's the term you want to use, Buddha, if that's the term you want to use, Allah, if that's the term you want to use, put me here. So who else gonna say that I have no value or no worth based on the complexion of my skin or the thickness of my lips or nose. I've had to deal with it at all levels. That's always been a condition for me to understand what my relationship to racism in this country is. Every summer, my mother would take me and my sister to Mounds, Illinois. The summer when I was 9 years old, my cousin said that I could run fast. A white boy said he could run fast. So we had to race. And after I won the race, the white boy said niggers should not be able to run faster than white boys. So he and I had a fight. And after we had the fight, we continued to play. About a couple hours later, all of the members of the black community was at the house. They put my sister's dress on me and put me and my sister and my mother in the car. We went back to Michigan. They had gotten information that the Klan, these are the cats with the hoods on, Ku Klux Klan, was coming to get me. This was before Emmett Till.
80 years later, can you just imagine what that's been like swirling around inside of him, for him not to be able to get beyond the emotion of almost being lynched?
Yeah. Still, like Maya said, still we rise. Still we rise. You deal with the reality of life. Know when to fight, know when to run. That's why I'm still here at 91.
I love being by the water. I love it. When I lived in New York, I used to be so glad to get on the train. And when you got to the water, you'd be so happy. Years ago, I wouldn't have been able to live here, you know. I've seen so much change for the better. I came up in the segregated era. Fortunately, my parents bought the black newspapers, and I learned that there was a life other than the one that we were living. My name is Ruth Bell, and I'm 105 years old. I'll be 106 July 18th. I'm the oldest of 11 children, and I'm the last one in the family. I never expected to live this long. I was one of those very quiet children. I was a very good student, and my mother taught me at home. And there were certain things I remember. I could tell time. I knew my 5 timetables, but I could not tie my shoe. My mother was a very kind person. She said she inherited that from her mother. So I came up thinking about children and their education. I worked in a school as an aide, so I know all the kids in the school. I ended up being the superintendent of Sunday school for 12 years, but I taught Sunday school for over 50 years. In fact, there's one lady, she was in my first Sunday school class, where she used to call me Mrs. Bell. She can call me Ruth because she's in her 70s now. While I was in school, I noticed there wasn't much recreation for the kids. They didn't go to the library because it was too far for them to walk. And I insisted that they have physical ed in school, also have a library period. Because some could read, believe it or not. Even special ed, they had never seen a kid with special needs, and they didn't know how to work. So I would champion that child. I worked with children for a long time, and then I had to stop because my youngest daughter became ill. Diane, she was a special needs child. The psychologist told me she would never develop more than a 3-year-old. I worked with her, And I helped her to achieve things that they said couldn't be. Yeah, she was quite a character. She loved the boys. I remember one time she twisted her ankle. So she said, oh, I was chasing a boy. As I got older, we used to travel together. She loved cruises. I still look for her. Sometimes it looks like she's right there. I reach over sometimes to see if she's in the bed with me. Next year will be 10 years. I was thankful that I was able to, I had her as long as I did. So I have good memories of her. It helped me to understand other children too, because you get a lot of love from the children with the special needs.
Did you know that Grandma used to be a hat model?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
We're gonna pick which one of these that Grandma can wear today. You can help us choose.
Family to me is everything. My oldest daughter, very smart. It feels good to see that she's sort of carrying on things that I taught her. Between her and myself, we passed it on to Courtney. And we're very proud of Felicity because she's a smart little girl. I think that a lot of times people do not take advantage of what's being offered. You have to fight for what you want. Get an education. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. And you can do anything anybody else can. I wasn't successful in marriage, though. I was married twice. I wouldn't try it the third time.